Well, there he is. As my mom just pointed out, I always used to think Kanye was just a dumb fuck. And apparently, he realized he was the dumb fuck too. And that's why he went on a crazy fucking rant on multiple nights of his tour.
But if I would have voted, I would have voted on Trump.
What?
They told me, Ye, do not say that out loud. Whatever you do not say that out loud. And I just said it.
Woo! I love you, Kanye!
I wanted to say that before the election. And they told me, do not say that out loud. Whatever you do not say that.
Probably over an hour's worth of rantings. And they eventually kidnapped and hospitalized him for speaking the truth. Did Kanye West go crazy? No, unless speaking the truth is crazy. Let's take a look.
1 week and counting, and Kanye is still hospitalized. Welcome to Access Hollywood. The mystery on Kanye's illness deepens. Yeah, Natalie Kim has been by his side day and night as Kanye spent Thanksgiving holiday at the UCLA Medical.
You think it's just a coincidence? At the same time Kanye West comes out and speaks unprecedented opinions of his that are extremely controversial, that at the exact same time that he comes out and says something extremely controversial, not just for him as Kanye West, a rapper, a black rapper, but really just as any celebrity, that just a couple days later he has a meltdown and they throw him in a fucking psychiatric ward? You think that's a coincidence? That's a big coincidence.
Center. Though the plan was to release Kanye today, that is not happening, as one report also claims he continues to struggle with extreme paranoia and depression. It was a week ago when Kanye was first admitted to UCLA that his issue was reported as exhaustion and sleep deprivation. Now reports claim it's more serious. But even then, psychotherapist Dr. Jen Mann, who has not treated Kanye, believed it was more than that. It's unlikely.
Well, he was also resistant when they tried to take him away, according to some reports. This is somebody who comes out, speaks controversial ideas, and then a few days later is locked in a psychiatric ward against his will.
They lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. They knew there were none.
My mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should
This
be
is
running.
not about my family or his family.
Okay.
This is about the South Carolina family.
This is just exhaustion. This is so extreme, and they're canceling 21 different tour dates. That's an enormous amount of money to lose. If it was just exhaustion, they'd have him sleep and they'd hydrate him and he'd get back to work. So canceling 21 tour dates indicates it to me this is something bigger.
According to Us Weekly, Kim has been by Kanye's side nonstop, nursing him back to health. That even includes feeding him. The magazine also reports that prior to his hospitalization, he was having nightmares about his wife's robbery.
So I just spent the last probably hour looking at the actual raw footage of Kanye at his concert. And one of the interesting things he said was that he wanted to tell people, this is what Kanye said, he wanted to tell people before the election, he wanted to say that he liked Trump, but that all his managers and all the people around him told him, you better not do that. This is Kanye's own words. He said he wanted to come out before the election and tell people publicly who he liked, but that his managers and the people around him said, you better not do that. Now this is Kanye West. This is a guy who prides himself in always speaking the truth. This is a guy who prides himself in speaking his mind, even if it's controversial. If that is really who Kanye West is, it probably didn't feel nice to him to know that he chose to censor himself. Kanye West doesn't like to censor himself. He chose to censor himself, and then it turns out that the candidate that everybody thought was going to win, Hillary Clinton, loses, and Trump wins. He must have felt stupid. Kanye, for maybe the first time in his life, he must have felt like, I didn't trust my instincts. I didn't go with what I actually believed. I didn't actually speak my mind the way he claims he loves to do. He didn't actually do that. And the time that he doesn't do that, it turns out that the guy he supported, because maybe Kanye West is ahead of the game in some respects, he could see the Trump train coming, Trump ends up winning. And I think that fucked with Kanye's head. Because the one time he chose to keep his mouth shut was the one time that he was right, or maybe the many times that he's right. And then they throw his ass in a psychiatric ward because he has a so-called meltdown. Now, if Kanye himself said that his own manager said, you better not go out and say you wanted to vote for Trump, that means that he has handlers. That means Kanye has people that control him from a PR perspective. And maybe after 3 nights in a row of going on 20-minute long rants that pissed off his entire fucking fan base, saying that he would have voted for Trump, maybe his PR team, his managers said, it's time to do something about this guy because he's going off the script and we can't have that. So they put him on a 5150 psychiatric restraining order. They took him to a psychiatric ward against his will, and he spends almost a week in the fucking hospital. What do you think they've been doing to him in there? Let's see if Kanye West comes out of there the same guy who was ranting in his concerts. Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.